Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video, and today we're going to be reacting to a band called Skillet. No, they're not a pan. Anyway, as is my usual, I've only heard of them because I made a reference to them in a video I made a few days ago when I covered a band called We As Human. I mentioned them because the lead singer of Skillet, John Cooper, apparently discovered the band We As Human. So there we go. But anyway, I don't know anything about the band, so I did a bit of research. And I found that Skillet is an American Christian rock band formed in Memphis, Tennessee in 1996. So they have been around for quite a while. The band currently consists of husband and wife John and Corey Cooper, who play bass and rhythm guitars respectively even, along with drummer Jen Ledger and lead guitarist Seth Morrison. To date, they have released 10 studio albums, so you know they've got quite a fair amount of material under their belt. So they're a very well established band. It's amazing I've never heard of them in all this time. The band itself has been through many lineup changes over the years, and this means that currently the lead vocalist John Cooper is the only original member of the band. They are well known for a very relentless touring schedule, which garnered them a top 5 ranking in the hardest working bands of 2010. So they've got a lot going for them. You know, they've been working hard, they've released a lot of material, and they've been around for quite a while, so should be interesting. Like I say, it surprised me that I've not heard of them before. Anyway, waffling on. We're going to listen to a track called Breaking Free, and from what I understand, this track features Lacey Sturm of Flyleaf. She seems to get bloody everywhere. I mean, I've covered Flyleaf, I've covered Lacey Sturm's solo track. When I did We As Human, she was a guest vocalist on that. I covered another track where she was singing with the guitarist of Filter, and now we've got this track featuring Lacey Sturm, which I didn't know until I found the lyrics, and it says verse 2, Lacey Sturm. So yeah, she gets bloody everywhere. Anyway, I've been waffling on for ages for no apparent reason, talking absolute so I think I'll just get into it right now. I'll put a link to the original video in the description below, as I usually do. So this is Skillet featuring Lacey Sturm, Breaking Free. Oh, bloody hell.
Night, nothing like any other night. Can't take anymore. You say I'll never be nothing, cause of suffering, something to ignore. These things you say, you made me weak, but I have changed. No way, I'm stronger than before. I will break, breaking free, coming alive. I broke these chains, never be afraid to live my life. Breaking free, one last time. No matter what they say, I will never change, and I know I can break. Look out, I'm breaking free.
Well, that was only very short, I know, but so far I like it. It's come in quite heavy. Wasn't expecting that little fiddly bit at the beginning. It sort of threw me off guard a bit, but very interesting so far, and I like the style. It's almost nu metal-y sort of thing. I'm not quite sure. Judging by the video and looking at the lyrics, it's possible it could be talking about depression or, you know, some sort of issue like that. It opens up, "This night, nothing like any other night. I can't take any more. You say I'll never be nothing. Cause us suffering, something to ignore." So it sounds like this night like any other, nothing like any other night. So obviously this night it's worse than normal and can't take any more. It's getting too much for them to cope with. And it says, "You say I'll never be nothing. Cause us suffering, something to ignore." Now, first of all, I like the line, but I also hate it because they use a double negative. Never be nothing. If you're never nothing, you're gonna be something. Anyway, enough of grammar Nazi. Right, you say I'll never be nothing, cause us suffering. So basically they're complaining that this possibly a child is, they're calling the child a failure. They're saying, like, you're not going to amount to anything, you're just useless. All you do is cause the rest of the family misery and suffering. And, so we just ignore you. You're not part of our daily life. We don't want anything to do with you. That's what it sounds like. I could be wrong. And then it goes into the pre-chorus there. "These things you say, you make me weak, but I have changed. No way I am stronger than before." So it sounds like they've sort of resolved to, stand up to it. It's like, "These things you say make me weak, but I have changed." You sit there and you slag me off, you shout me down, you tell me I'm useless, this, that, and the other, but I've changed and I am coming back stronger than before. I am not taking this anymore. I am breaking free, as the song is. And then it goes into the chorus there. "I will breaking free, come alive. I broke these chains, never be afraid to live my life. Breaking free one last time. No matter what they say, I will never change, and I know I can break free. Look out, I'm breaking free." So they're going on as, I will break free. I will get out of this rut. I will break free of your condescension, the way that you're slagging me down, putting me down. I will be who I am, because it says that I will never change. No matter what they say, I will never change. So it's like they want, they're going to break free of this cycle of being put down, of being called useless and this, that, and the other, when they're actually not. They might be depressed or whatever, but that's not a negative thing. A lot of people are. It doesn't necessarily make them a horrible person. Excuse me. But they're never going to change the type of person that they are. So far, good song, and I like the message in it. Right, let's carry on.
These things you say, they don't hold me. I'm not your slave. No way, I'm stronger than before. I will breaking free, coming alive. I broke these chains, never be afraid to live my life. Breaking free, one last time. No matter what they say, I will never change, and I know I can break. Look out, I'm breaking free.
You could definitely tell when Lacey Sturm came in there. She's got such a recognisable voice, at least to me now, because I've heard so much of her stuff. I can easily recognise her voice, and that's one of the things that made me want to listen to Flyleaf was her voice. Although saying that, the first couple of times I listened to Flyleaf, I was somewhat not so much disappointed, but her voice didn't come across as strong as it had in the first example I'd heard. Anyway, that's not the point. It goes on there. This is who I am. You don't understand. You never even try. Just when I think you're listening, drop defense. You stab and twist the knife. So it's, it's, it's like, this is who I am. But this is the person I am. I might suffer from depression. I might not fit into your standards. I might not be who you want me to be. But this is who I am, and you're not listening to me when I try to explain to you why I am the way I am. And every time I think you're actually listening and actually paying attention to what I'm saying, trying to explain to you why I am the way I am, you stab and twist the knife. So basically, you just cut me deeper. You use it as ammunition against me, to wound me, like mentally, and it's that sort of thing, and then it goes, these things you say, they don't hold me. I'm not your slave. No way. I am stronger than before. So it's a slight variation on the pre-chorus that they did before, but no, I like this. This is a good song, and the music is really good, and the vocal performance is brilliant, and it's very interesting with all the three different vocalists coming in, because you've got the main singer John Cooper, and then you've got Jen Ledger, who I believe is the drummer, singing as well. And drumming and singing at the same time is very, very difficult. And then of course you've got Lacey Sturm in there, although her voice seems to be overpowering Jen Ledger's ever so slightly, but that's the thing. It's interesting that they've got the three voices in there, and I do like that. It's very, very good. Let's carry on.
Chains undone. No fear can hold me down. I know I can rise above and overcome. Chains undone. No fear can hold me down. No, I can rise above it. I will break, breaking free, coming alive. I broke these chains, never be afraid to live my life. Breaking free, one last time. No matter what they say, I will never change, and I know I can break. Look out, I'm breaking free. I'm breaking free. Breaking, this is freedom, this is freedom. I am breaking free.
I really enjoyed that song. That was a very, very, very good song, and they just had to get that in there, didn't they? Right at the end, they had to get Lacey, growling and screaming. I liked that. I like the meaning behind it. It's something that I hold quite dear. And as you might know, at the end of my videos, I'm always promoting the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, and this is the sort of thing that they're sort of trying to help with, because the song certainly seems to suggest that people are constantly ridiculing her, or whoever by the video it was a young girl, so it's like people are constantly ridiculing her, putting her down because she doesn't live up to their expectations. Either she's alternative or she's depressed, or whatever the reason is, they're sort of putting her down, making her feel bad about herself, insulting her, and not listening to her when she tries to explain the reason why she's like she is. And in a way, that's like what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation do, because they're trying to help people that are like being bullied, picked on, threatened and whatnot for being different. So I like the meaning to the song, if I'm reading it correctly. It goes, I broke these chains, never be afraid to live my life. you know, breaking free one last time, no matter what they say, I will never change. So it's like I've escaped from the stigma of what everybody's shouting at me. I don't care. I'm not afraid to live my life the way I want to. I will be who I want to be. No matter what they say, I will never change. You know, I'm not going to fit into societal conventions. I'm not going to fit into social conventions. I'm not going to be like everybody else. I'm not going to be a sheep. I'm going to be who I want to be because I have a right to be me. I do. I really like that song. Not only for the meaning, but the actual song itself. Well executed. The music was really, really good. Very energetic. The music, the vocals were brilliantly executed. They sounded great. Very, very good piece of music. I very much enjoyed that, and I would like to hear some more. So, we'll leave that as it is. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to listen to, then please do so by all means. Drop a comment in the comment section below, or you can message me on Facebook or my Instagram. The links to those are in the description also. Just know that if you do suggest a track, it might take me a while to get around to it because my list is quite big. I get many, many songs suggested to me every single day, so you know, it takes me a while. It'll take me a while to get around to them, but rest assured, I write down every song that is suggested to me. I put it on my list. Excuse me, you know, so it will get done. Also, as mentioned earlier, Metalhead Reacts is a very proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. As I mentioned before, they are a charity that is working towards stopping hate crimes against people of alternative lifestyles, or just people in general, not necessarily alternative lifestyles. You know, whether you listen to alternative music, you dress in an alternative manner, whether you have whatever your gender identity is, whatever your sexual preference is, whatever your religion is, nobody should be threatened for the choices or the paths that they take in life. You know, just because you don't fit into what society deems to be normal doesn't mean that you should be bullied. You shouldn't be attacked. You shouldn't be beaten up. You shouldn't be threatened. You shouldn't have insults thrown at you just because you don't fit into what everybody else expects you to. As long as what you're doing is within the confines of the law, you can be whoever you want to be, and that is what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is about. You know, if you don't actually know the story of Sophie Lancaster, it's worth reading up on it because it is a horribly tragic story, and it just goes to show the prejudices that people have against things they don't understand or things that they deem wrong. You know, just because I have long hair, I have piercings, I have a beard because I wear a leather jacket, you know, it doesn't make me any less of a person, doesn't make me any less worthy to walk the streets than anybody else. But for some reason, because of the way I look, people think it's okay to threaten an attack. And it's happened to me many, many times. It's happened to many of my friends many, many times. And it may have happened to some of you that are watching. I don't know. But, yeah. This is exactly what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is about. You know, everybody has a right to be who they are. If everybody was exactly the same, the world would be an incredibly boring place. So, if you want to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, check out the link in the description below. Show them some love, and if you can show your support for them, that's even better. That's absolutely fantastic. They do mean a hell of a lot to me, as I said before. So, yeah, pop over, have a look, and if you can support them, brilliant. But we will leave that as it is. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.